Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. How are y'all doing today? So here today on Abby the Witch, I'm going to be actually answering a series of questions for a new tag that I made. The hashtag is more than a witch. Yes. And it's just a series of 10 questions just asking who you are as a person. It's kind of in the title, more than a witch. So who you are more than just who you are as a witch, okay? Now, some of these questions definitely are still spiritual or witchy related in a way, but most of them go a lot further than that. Just because I want to get to know you guys, and I just want to get to know you guys. I think it would be fun. Don't feel pressured to do this if this is too personal for you or whatever. By no means, but I would love to see your tag if you do want to do this VR to this tag. I would love to see it. So the first question is, what's your name? Are there any stories or meanings connected to your name? So my name is Abby. I asked this question because a lot of people's channels names don't have their actual personal name in it. So I'm just curious to get to know you guys more, and because some of you guys don't even know your name. Like, I know your channel name, but I don't even know your actual name. Sorry, there's gonna be shit going on behind me, guys. I just could not be bothered to set up my witchy space. I just wanted to sit on my couch and do this, so I hope you guys are okay with that. Plus, you get to see my animals. They're adorable. Anyway, so my name is Abby, and funny story, my mom really wanted to name me Emma, but my dad hates that name. Hates that name. I don't know why he hates that name. I think the name Emma is beautiful. So they settled on Abby. My full name, well, they named me Abigail. I go by Abby. And Abigail actually means, I believe it's Jewish or Hebrew for Father's joy or something like that. I'll look it up to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Question number 2, how old are you? I am 33, and I keep having to remind myself that I'm 33, and I keep wanting to say 34 and sometimes even 32. But I am 33 years old. My birthday is April 14th. Question number 3, do you use astrology? Do you use Western or real sky astrology, and what are your big 3? So I don't really use astrology like at all. I know a lot of witches like use it like religiously. I know a lot of witches take it very seriously and use astrology. I just don't feel called to doing it. I don't really even, I've tried looking up like what the retrograde means and all that stuff, and I just like, I don't know. I'm just like, meh. I just don't get to know it because it just does not resonate with me. But when I do use astrology, I use sidereal, or is it sidereal? I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I think it's sidereal, or real sky astrology. And I prefer this system of astrology because it's more based on, well, you know, like it says in the name, the real sky. It's more based on astronomy. It's more based on how the sky is actually mapped out. And how I understand it, the difference is really between Western and sidereal astrology is that the ancient Mesopotamians and I think it was the Babylonians and the just more Eastern countries use this form of astrology based on how they looked at the sky and how they mapped out the sky. And from how I understand it and from what I've researched, the ancient Greeks actually took that idea, this idea of astrology, and turned it into the even zodiac wheel or Western astrology that we use today. Or at least what we use today in the Western world. People in India still use the more sidereal based astrology. So not a lot of people know that, I feel like, so just figured I would share that. I use sidereal astrology, and My big three in real sky or sidereal astrology is Pisces, Aries. I'm like a cuspy. I'm mostly a Pisces, but I'm pretty much right on the cusp. I'm a Pisces, Aries. And my moon and rising are both Leo. That's a fire. Question number 4. Did you grow up in a religious household? What religion was it? And did that influence your current spiritual path? I did grow up in a religious household, pretty religious. Christian Lutheran. We went to a Lutheran church. And I would say it definitely influenced my current spiritual path. Just because of the fear that was invoked in me, the fear that really was instilled in me from the religion. You know, I used to say it was like the church, and a lot of it did come from the church. I remember questioning a lot of things when I went to church and kind of getting side-eyed, like in my youth group and communion and all that, or confirmation. What is that class you go through to like be able to take communion or whatever, like to drink the blood of Christ or what? I can't remember. Whatever that thing is. I remember questioning things a lot, and people would side-eye me, and I just never, anyway, I won't get into that, but it never really, like, I questioned it a lot. And I remember being terrified that I was going to have a horrible afterlife in hell and be tortured after I died in hell. When I was very young, like in middle school, when I started finding out more like my sexual orientation, I was attracted to girls. I'm attracted to boys and girls, men and women. And, you know, back then being raised in a Christian household, and, you know, not that my mom and dad are against that by any means, but it was the religion. You know, their religion said, Christianity says, if you believe in those, or if you are attracted to someone of the same gender as you, you'll go to hell. So puberty was really rough for me. It was really rough. Anyway, that and just like a number of other things. I stopped calling myself a Christian in high school, still believing that the same God though. For a while, and then finally just let it go after I realized I was holding on to it because of fear. You know, I was really holding on to that God because of fear. And as soon as I realized that, I let it go. And then, you know, I really got balls deep into paganism, and because I'm still a very spiritual person, I didn't want to let go of my spirituality. I just didn't realize that I was spiritual, but not on the Christian path, or not, the whole God thing just didn't really work for me. And that was really confusing for me for a while until I realized that, no, I'm definitely a witch. I'm more into paganism and things like that. Question number 5. What are you manifesting for the future? Or basically, like, what do you see for your future? What do you want for your future? Quack and I really want to get, my husband and I, here in the next year or 2 years, we really want to buy a house. We're renting right now. We really want to buy a house. We would love, 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 love to have some land. We are so tired of living in the suburbs. Before this, we lived in the city. Just not for us at all. Before that, if you have known me for a while, you know I used to live in Alaska, and I lived in very rural Alaska. I was a teacher in a native village. There's only 300 people. And we weren't on the road system at all. We had to get our food flown in, or we could drive if it was winter and the river froze. We could drive on the frozen river. But there was no road. There was like dirt roads going through the village, but there wasn't any like main road to get to a city or anything like that. So that was really rough. And I think that was so rural, that was so remote, that we just went the opposite way and then moved to a city. And that was like definitely also not for us. I preferred the very intense remote to the city, honestly. Just too much. But I didn't really like the super remote. I couldn't see myself. I liked it for a little while, like for the experience. It was really cool. Don't get me wrong. But it was really hard. It was really hard. You had to make sure you had all your food, because if it was like snowing in the winter, I mean, it's like 6 months out of the year there, it's winter. At least where we were at in southern Alaska. Northern Alaska, it's like 9 months out of the year it's winter. But we are in southern Alaska where we get, it was probably like a good 5-6 months out of the year was winter, and it was dark. Rainy, not too much snow, but lots of ice and wind. And if the weather turns south, or you know, goes south, whatever, the bush planes can't fly. And you know, sometimes it would also take me months to get mail. I mean, it was hard. It was really hard living. So the convenience of the city was nice, just because, you know, we just drive to Target or whatever. I don't know, there's pros and cons to both. So we kind of want to go somewhere in the middle, like live in the country, but still be like within, like on the road system would be nice. So yeah, that's long story short. That is what I want to manifest for my future, is getting a home with some land would be nice. Peace and quiet would also be nice. Okay, number 6. Do you have a favorite season? What time of year makes you feel the most authentically you? So when I made this question, I was really thinking like, well, I really love all phases of the earth. And I feel like that's just kind of like a witchy thing, you know, like being able to celebrate and feel the shifts of the earth, the different solstices and equinoxes. It's really fun to celebrate, and it's really fun to feel that change within you and kind of be on par with the earth as she is shifting as well. I think it's really cool. It's one of my favorite things about being a witch, is celebrating the different seasons and the different phases of the earth. And I'm very grateful that we live in the Midwest of the United States, where we can experience all 4 seasons. I love the seasons. But if I had to pick one season and I fought between winter and spring, I would definitely have to say the springtime. The springtime is my jam. Like I said, I love all seasons. Love the fall too. Summer is like my least favorite, just because it gets too hot. You know, I'm very grateful for the summer and the abundance that it gives, but it gets just too fucking hot. I'm a redhead. I don't do well in the hot side. I don't like it. So I would say the springtime, because it's so refreshing. The grass it gets so green, and it's still like cloudy, like that, the color, you know, the color of the spring sky, right? It's just like that grayish blue clouds, and against the green grass, it's so beautiful to me. And the air smells different, and the birds are back. And the flowers are starting to bloom, and the allergies suck, but other than that, I love the spring. I can just feel the earth starting to breathe again and waking back up after a long winter. I can feel myself doing the same. I just love it. I love the spring, and it's not too hot and it's not too cold. That's definitely when I feel my most authentic self, and I would even argue probably the most witchy, honestly. If that sounds silly, I don't know. I just feel the most magical in the spring. I feel like it's also when my birthday is too, so that helps. Okay, question number 7. Do you have a favorite color? Do you feel that's your aura color? If not, what do you think your aura color is? Okay, so I do have a favorite color, and it's pink. I love, specifically baby pink. I love baby pink. It's my favorite color. I love a ton of different colors. I love baby blue too. Like it's honestly kind of hard to pick, but baby pink is definitely my favorite color. Now when it comes to auras, I kind of have a weird, and I've talked to other people too who read auras and things like that, but you know, and I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. So I don't know if I would say this is a weird way of seeing auras or not, but I definitely feel like people can have more than one color in their aura. Like I almost see it as like layers, or even split in 2. I've seen it that way too. And I definitely feel like your aura color can change, or colors can change depending on your mood or the phase in your life. It can change and go back. It can change permanently. I mean, that's how I feel. I have been told this too, that my aura is probably yellow. I definitely feel like my aura could have some pink in it as well. And so for that reason, I just say it's peach because I feel like my aura in particular, I feel like the yellow and the pink kind of mixes a little bit and it kind of makes like a yellowy peach color. It can definitely turn to red though. So yeah, basically, I guess short answer, yes, long answer, what I just said. Or it can be more than one color and all that. Question number 8. Do you have a job, career, or lifestyle that makes money or helps support you and or you and your family in any way? And what do you do? Kind of a long-winded question. My lifestyle, so I don't have a job or career in my life right now. My lifestyle is housewife. I stay at home. I do all the domestic shit. I take care of the animals as well. And it's funny because a lot of people assume that we're a very traditional couple. Like, I do this because I'm the woman, which is really funny because Quack and I are, which I guess from the outside, yeah, of course, it's traditional. But we don't do that because we think, you know, I have to stay home because I'm a woman or anything like that. Our roles used to be reversed. I used to be the breadwinner and Quack actually stayed home for quite a while. He stayed home. And I was the breadwinner for multiple years, actually. But we reversed roles and we're really fucking lucky, and Quack got a really good job and that he's very happy with too. And we're really fortunate and we're very lucky. I know not everyone has this lifestyle where one of the people can stay home. Even when he was able to stay home, we were very lucky. Well, he was looking for a job, but anyway. We've just been very, very fortunate throughout our relationship. One of us has always been able to stay home. For a while, we both had jobs too, of course. You know, we've gone back and forth. But we just prefer it that way. And I'm sure most people would and, you know, would stay home if they could. Again, we're very fortunate. I know not everyone can live this lifestyle. But it's nice because I can take care of all the home stuff. I can take care of cooking. I love to cook. I love to cook for Quack and myself. Love to cook, love to take care of my animals. I love it. You know, and it's not for everyone. A lot of people have to stay busy and prefer, you know, some people, like to go and do a job. That's great. You know, I love it staying home. So that's what I do. Number 9. What are some things that make you unique and an individual? I'm a natural redhead with green eyes, which makes up 2% of the world's population, I think. Oh, I used to live in Alaska, but I already said that. I feel like my gender identity is kind of unique. I definitely go by she, but I'm she, they. I identified as non-binary for a really long time. If you watch my last video, I said that my gender identity and the story behind that gets really long and complicated, but my gender is really fluid. I go through different like phases and all kinds of stuff, you know, self-discoveries, and so I don't really call myself non-binary anymore, but I definitely still go by she, they. Question number 10. What advice would you give to your younger self? I would tell her to not be scared of the future, because your future is fucking great. It's even better than what your present is now. I would also tell her that it doesn't fucking matter. Nothing matters. Just graduate high school. It doesn't fucking matter. And it didn't matter. It didn't fucking matter. I honestly, looking back, I probably wouldn't have even gone to college. But then I wouldn't have gotten to Alaska and I wouldn't have met my husband. So, you know, I would have just told her, just do your best. It doesn't fucking matter. And none of these fucking people matter. You won't even talk to them. I talked to one fucking person I went to high school with. one person. I mean, granted, you know, I was pretty quiet in high school and I didn't have very many friends, but it doesn't matter because you never talk to them again. It doesn't fucking matter what they think of you, if they think you're pretty enough or cool enough or smart enough or funny enough or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. And also, you're not fat. You're not fucking fat. Fucking stop. And I would just reassure her that we love ourselves a lot in the future. So don't be scared of that. Like, your self-esteem will improve. Okay guys, so that is all I have for today. Please don't forget to do a VR to this tag if you're interested and feel comfortable doing so. I will link all the questions down below in the description if you are interested. I think I will also put them on my Instagram post when I post about this video. So anyway, if you're interested, please do it. I would love to see yours and I would love to get to know you guys. And until next time, guys, I hope you stay very well. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye. My dog's barking, sorry. Maybe I should have done this in my room. Hatchie. Stop. Coconut. So here today on Abby the Witch, we are actually going to be doing something. Oh, my husband's coming in. Hey. I'm recording. Weirdo. So here today on Abby the Witch, we are actually going... Now I can hear him taking a piss. Sparkling ice, not sponsored.